Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? Welcome to my new show, Banging Meals Video, where I'm going to teach you all out there how to make awesome, incredible dishes right at home. I'm also going to give you advice in the kitchen and advice when you go out shopping for these ingredients. We're also going to mix in some music, some drink pairings, and some bad jokes. So for today, episode 1, I'm going to teach you guys how to make chili. It's winter, it's cold as hell outside, and there's nothing more appropriate than a nice, hot, steamy pot of chili. So let's go over the list of ingredients that we're going to need for today's dish. We're going to need bacon fat, beef short ribs, beef cubes, or stew meat as some people like to call it, onions, garlic, fresh chili peppers, dried chili peppers, canned chipotle peppers, dried spices such as chili powder, cumin, coriander, paprika, salt and pepper, V8 juice, the vegetable juice, canned crushed tomatoes, beef broth, or beef stock. This is very important. It's got to be homemade. Nothing out of a can or out of a box from the store. If you do that, you're going to piss me off and you're going to throw off the dish and I'm not going to like you anymore. I'm not going to give you any more recipes. I'm just kidding. Continuing on, we're going to need liquid smoke, hot sauce, brown sugar, coffee grinds, and chocolate. Oh, we can't forget about the beans now, can we? I like to use 3 kinds of beans: black beans, red kidney beans, and dark red kidney beans. But, feel free to use what you want. So talking about the beef broth, it has to be homemade. As I said, don't buy it from the store out of the box or out of the can. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the store, you're going to buy yourself a couple packs of beef ribs, and any scrap meat, cheap scrap meat that has bone in it, you're going to bring it home. You're going to set it on an iron skillet along with onions, garlic, celery, and carrots. Put it in the oven on 400. Roast it for about 30 to 35 minutes. Take it out of the oven, put it in a big cauldron, or I'm sure you don't have a cauldron at home, but a big pot. Fill it up with water so it covers everything. Add some fresh parsley, fresh thyme, fresh oregano, salt, pepper, and dried chili flakes. Oh God. You can also add mushrooms if you want. I do that once in a while. You're going to bring it to a boil, and then you're going to turn it down and let it simmer for 3 to 4 hours. Once that's done, let it cool, and then strain it so that way you don't have any bits and pieces in there. Once it's all strained, put it in like 1 quart or 1 cup containers, and then you can throw it in your freezer and you'll have it for yourself for a couple of months. So let's talk about something else. The dried chilies that I mentioned earlier, you can buy these guys in pretty much any grocery store in the international section for about $3 to $4 a bag. Now the reason I use them is because they add a rich, deep flavor in the chili. It's no match. It's incredible. Now what we do with them is we boil a pot of water, we put the chilies in the water, we boil them for about 5-6 minutes, and then we turn off the water. Then you take a pair of tongs, you take the chilies out, you put them in a blender, which you'll see later on. You dump in about a cup of that water that you cooked them in, that's where all the flavor is, and then a cup of that homemade beef broth. And then we puree them, and then we just put them on the side. And later on I'll show you what you do with them. So let me give you guys a little history about myself and why I'm probably wasting my time in this video series. 3 years ago I wrote a cookbook, Banging Meals for the Rock and Soul. You should stop what you're doing right now and go buy yourself a copy. Anyway, I wanted to write a cookbook and infuse my 2 greatest passions, music and food, together. So here they are. And also, one more thing I want to mention, the opening chapter is awesome. It's Eric Epler meets Anthony Bourdain. Totally off the hook. Anyway, in the book I give you over 100 different recipes, everything from sauces and salsas to sandwiches and snacks to pastas and entrees. I also give you fun facts and history about the food or an ingredient within a dish. Also the bands, the music I mentioned, there's fun facts about them as well. And I also kind of take you on a tour, like to the store, a shopping trip, to kind of give you hints and tips on how to select the foods for freshness and what to buy, as well as what types of spices to keep in your cabinet, what types of pots and pans and knives to buy. I also supply you guys like links to websites where you can buy like kitchen hardware and hard to get foods. I'm telling you, you gotta check it out. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. So another reason why I'm doing this video series is because a year ago I opened up a catering business. It's called Banging Meals Catering. Here's my menu. Check it out, it's really cool. You should go to our website, www.bangingmealscatering.com. On there, you can check everything out. We've got a menu that holds about 200 different items. Everything from Mexican to Italian to Caribbean to German to Indian to Thai, Southern, barbecue, I can go on. That's what makes us different from everyone else. I mean, we do all types of food. We don't just do boring old pastas and baked ziti and chicken parmesans. I mean, we do that, but we do it better. So, we also do bottled products. We sell barbecue sauces, salsas, barbecue rubs, hot sauces. Actually, speaking of hot sauces, here, check it out. Here's one of them. Napalm Anal Death Juice. Good stuff. It's made from habaneros and ghost peppers, which are grown right out of my garden, and this will burn your ass. $7.99. You can buy it on my website. Buy a book, too. Also, actually, here, we have two more. Casserello del Demonico, which is made from Asian Super Hots. I made up the name, I can't even say it. And 1,000 Days in Sodom, which is made from green chilies. Again, out of my garden, they're $7.99 a bottle. Go get yours. So talking about kitchen utensils, pots and pans and knives, I highly recommend cooking your chili in a cast iron Dutch pot here. These guys, they cook evenly, they retain the heat very well, and they'll last forever, as long as you take care of them properly. And that's in my book. Go buy it now so you can learn how to do that. Anyway, you can use these outside, indoors. They're great. I've got about 15 of them, and I swear by them. Another item is the chef's knife. We're going to be chopping chili peppers, onions, and garlic. So you need a nice, sturdy chef's knife. You can get a good one for about $100. And they go up, they go up there, 300, 400, but, $100 will get you a decent one. This is my favorite one right here. I got a collection. I love collecting knives. You might think I'm some kind of psycho here, but, oh, don't mess with me in the kitchen. This is my vintage meat cleaver. So definitely, and when you take care of these knives, hand wash them. Don't put them in a dishwasher, or even the pots, because you're going to be sorry. You're going to ruin them. One more item before we close this section here. When you're chopping chili peppers, buy yourself a pair of latex or rubber gloves, because if you don't, you're going to be sorry. What happens is when you chop it without a glove, the oil from the chili pepper gets in your skin, on your fingers, and you won't feel it. But when you go to rub your face, your eyes, the worst, you're going to be sorry. You're going to be running around the kitchen like your head's on fire. So do not do what I did. I swear I don't use them anymore. My face is so used to it, and I went through all the pain, and I was just being stupid and ignorant, but whatever. I'm just telling you guys, make sure you don't make the same mistake I did. Welcome back, everybody. So we're ready to get this chili cooking. I'm going to have my daughter help me hold the camera because this is kind of pointless. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to go over the ingredients with you. Here we have our short ribs and our beef cubes. Over here we have our bacon fat heating up in the cast iron Dutch oven. We've got our water for our peppers. We have our beef broth. We have some garlic here, some fresh chili peppers, onions, our dried peppers over here, some chipotle peppers, our dried spices, and over here we've got our beans, our chocolate, our coffee, our brown sugar, our tomatoes, V8, and the hot sauce. Oop, I gotta get the hot sauce out. Okay, let's get started here. Alright everybody, we have her here finally to help out. Say hello to Rihanna, everyone. Say hi, B-Bunny.
Hi.
Alright, I'm going to let her take over the camera and I'm going to start this damn chili, finally. Hold on to it. You ready? Alright, let's get these short ribs seared and this beef cube seared. We're going to put them in here and just brown them on each side. All four sides. And then we'll put them aside on a plate. Get this over here, guys. Can you see the pan? You see inside the pot?
No.
Alright, so we're going to let this go ahead and sear. In the meantime, I'm going to turn on the water. In the meantime, I'm going to turn... Are you getting me? In the meantime... very difficult like this. In the meantime, I'm going to turn on the water so we can get the peppers softened up so we can get that puree made. So let's put that on, bring that to a boil, and then we're going to dump these dried chilies in there. This is a mixture of pasilla peppers. I think there's some habaneros. We've got like 1 or 2 ghost peppers, and we have some ancho peppers in there. So these will probably take about 10 minutes in there, and then we're going to throw them in the blender. We'll come back to that later. Alright, as you can see, these are browning up pretty good here. For this recipe, I'm using 4 nice-sized short ribs and about 1.5 pounds of beef cubes over here. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to have to provide you guys with a list at the end of this video of the ingredients. As far as the peppers go, the dried peppers, we've got, I would say probably 3 of each. There's 5 habaneros, there's 3 pasilla peppers, there's 3 anchos, and there's I think there's just 1 ghost pepper in there. We don't want to burn anybody's butt too bad. And just to give you an idea of the garlic, there's about 8 garlic cloves in there. Over here we have cayenne peppers and habaneros. There's 3 habaneros and 3 cayennes, and over here is 3 small onions. Let's get back to this meat over here. Alright, so the meat is all done. We've got the peppers pretty much done. I turned off the water. And, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm taking a sip of my beverage here. We're going to throw in the garlic and the peppers and onions in a pot. But first I want to show you the brown meat over here on the plates. What we're going to do is we're going to let this sit, and then we're going to go ahead and cut it up in bite-sized pieces. In the meantime, I'm going to start throwing this stuff in here. Here go the onions, the peppers. We're going to fry these up for a few minutes there, and I'll throw the garlic in right before this is done so we don't burn it. So here we go. Let's get this baby going here. Alright. We'll give this about 5 minutes until they tenderize and turn translucent, and then we'll toss in that little garlic, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so we have the garlic in there. We're ready to add the crushed tomatoes. The Centos are pretty good. I actually like the certified organic ones, but I couldn't find them. Let's go ahead and dump this in here. Let's get the tin out of here first, right? Alright, we're going to mix this bad boy up. Nice. Alright, we're going to let this cook for like 2 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add the spices in there, and the puree and the beef stock and all that good stuff. In the meantime, come over here. We're going to go ahead and make the chili puree, the chili pepper puree. So basically, we have the peppers in the water there, in the boiling water, and we're going to go ahead and give me some action up here. You ready? I don't get any action up here now? Alright. So what I do is I take some tongs and I just pull out the peppers. I don't want to use all the water, so I'm going to just be careful what I'm doing here. Any Sepultura fans out there? That's what we're listening to tonight. Get out of there, rascal. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to dump in just a little bit of the water. It's got a lot of the flavor in there. And then I want to put some beef broth in there as well. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and puree this. Put it on liquefy. Sorry about the phone interruption there, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we're pretty much good. We're going to go ahead and add this in there shortly. Alright, so we got the tomatoes in there. We're ready to throw the chili pepper puree in, and the spices and the beef broth, and then the meat. We're going to add, I kind of estimate, I'm going to start with 1 cup of the puree. When let's go ahead and throw some of these spices in. Right here we have some cumin. I'll throw a bit of cumin in. We've got some coriander. This is probably like, I'm probably putting in like 1.5 teaspoons of each. Some smoked paprika. We'll do the same there, 1.5 teaspoons. This is some chipotle powder, really good stuff. I want to get a smoky taste to this, and that's why I'm adding the dry chipotles as well as the canned chipotles and adobo sauce and the chipotle powder. So let's go ahead and add 2 of those in. As far as oregano, I put in oregano. This is Mexican oregano. You can buy this in the the international section in your grocery store. We're just going to go ahead and sprinkle in a little bit in there. Let's go with some black pepper, probably about a tablespoon. Some sea salt. Again, probably, I'm going to start with a teaspoon of that. And some mustard powder. A half a teaspoon. And then we're going to put in the chili powder. I actually buy the McCormick. It's the hot chili powder. It's pretty good. It adds a nice flavor. So I'm going to start with. That was like nothing in there. Let's go ahead and estimate about a tablespoon. There we go. All right. The regular chili powder I'm going to put in towards the end when I adjust the flavoring. Let's go ahead and mix this up. You got all these good spices in here. Some hot stuff there, boys and girls. Alright, we're going to put in some beef broth right now. I'll just estimate maybe about a cup there of that. Mix this guy up. And these are the chipotles. Again, these are in adobo sauce. You can get these in a can in the international section. We're going to dump those bad boys in there. Mix it up. Alright, we're going to let this cook about 5 minutes, and then we're going to throw in that meat that I chopped up. Alright, we're putting in the meat. We chopped it all up. Just a note here, I like to leave most of the fat on, so that that way you get more flavor in there. Also, the fat will just melt into the chili itself and kind of disappear and liquefy. But yeah, anyway, we're putting here goes the meat. The short ribs and the beef cubes, or stew meat, whatever you want to call it, is now in there. Go ahead and, alright, so we're mixing it up. And what we're going to do now is we're going to let this bad boy simmer for probably about an hour. And then we're going to come back to it. I like to let it cook for like 3 to 4 hours. We're going to let it simmer. We're going to come back to it and add some more spices, some hot sauce, and again at the end of the video, we're going to go ahead and put in like the chocolate and the brown sugar and all that good stuff. So all right, see you guys in a bit. What's up, everyone? So we're about an hour in, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to doctor it up a bit. We're going to throw in some V8. We're going to throw in some more puree from the chili, and the dry chili, and we're going to throw in a little bit more chili powder. So here, B-Bunny, let's go ahead and crack open a V8. Right now I'm going to put about a cup of V8 in. That's about a cup. We're going to throw in some more of this McCormick's chili powder. And again, I'm going to put in dark chili powder later on. I'm going to open a damn thing here. I know I'm taking up valuable airspace with this 10 seconds to open this here. Alright, we're going to throw in probably about a teaspoon again, and I'm going to put in a little bit of chili puree. Oh, that's my son, everybody. Say hi, Julian.
Hi.
You want to help? Quickly. Dump in a little. Dump in a splash. We're doing a splash. Alright, good job. Alright, we're going to mix it up, and then I feel like I'm bending over this whole video. And then we're going to go ahead and check it in about a half an hour. We'll come back to it. So, you guys go have a drink and stop. Go have a drink and I'll see you guys in a bit. So while we're sitting here waiting for this chili to get done, I'll give you guys some more information about myself since it's our pilot show. I've been trying to get on the Food Network and some other cooking channels. One time on the Food Network, I almost made it This close, this close. I was actually made it to the last round, but I don't know what happened. But we're not going to give up. We're going to keep trying. One day, hopefully you'll see me on the food network. My biggest foodie hero, Anthony Bourdain, hands down. Anthony, if you're listening, if you ever see this, you and I have to do a show together one day. We both like punk rock. We're both out of the ordinary. We're both wise asses. And I think it would be a good mixture. So, I leave you with that. Let's, we're coming up to, I don't know, another 15 minutes. We're going to go ahead and add some more ingredients for the chili. Alright, we're at that time. We're going to go ahead and add some additional ingredients now to the chili here. My daughter had to go out to get some McDonald's. Oh, God. But I have to, unfortunately, improvise and use the tripod. So I'm not going to be able to get close to the food. So, let's do it. We're going to add some liquid smoke. Even though the chipotles add the smoke, I like to have a little extra smoky taste. So I'm going to put in, I'm going to say, let's say like 8 dashes. We're going to add some hot sauce. I like Frank's, so I'm going to put in a bunch of Frank's, about 8 dashes as well, and some of Banging Meals Catering hot sauce. We're going to do the Casserole del Diablo. This is hot. It's going to burn your ass. We're going to throw in a bunch of that, and we're going to mix it up and give it another half hour. So we'll see you guys soon. So unfortunately, I was actually just adding the beans to the chili and some more beef stock, but my cart was full and I didn't realize it. So I don't know how much we got cut off, but anyway, what I was saying before was we're going to add the beans and some beef stock into the chilies. This one here is for my wife. She doesn't like spicy, so this is for the weak-hearted. This is for the big boys here, the spicy one. Now, with the beans, I take a can of black beans, a can of dark red kidney beans, and a can of red kidney beans. I throw them in a strainer, I rinse them off, and then I put them in here. Again, so we did that, and I put probably another cup of beef stock in our chili here. So we mixed it up. We're going to give it another half hour, and we're coming to a close, everyone. So probably another hour, everything will be ready. Alrighty? Talk to you in a bit. So while we're waiting, just to show you guys my kitchen, I try to do a Mexican theme. So here, let's do a kind of around the world tour here. Check these out. First place, 3 first place awards. Best macaroni and cheese. First place, salsa. 2 years in a row, back to back. We're gonna make it 3 this year. It's my hot sauce collection. You can tell I love hot sauce, huh? And we're back. We're in the final stretch. It's almost time to eat. 20 more minutes and it will be that time. So I'm putting in a splash of the chili puree that we made before. A splash of V8s. And the chili powder I told you about that we were going to save for last. I'm just putting in like a, you know, a tad bit there. Brown sugar, about 2 tablespoons. Let's see, we got some coffee here. I would be safe to say probably a half a teaspoon, because these final ingredients could be pretty strong and like really throw off the chili. So we're just going to put in a half a teaspoon. And our chocolate. If you look over here, I had a little brick of chocolate. I didn't do the whole thing. We're going to go ahead and put in probably about this much. It's like 1 tablespoon. Throw it in there and mix it up. Get it in the mix, and we're good to go. 20 minutes. I'll go ahead and set up a bowl of chili, and I'll tell you guys what your options are, or your toppings. You can put your toppings to put on top, and we'll take it from there. I hope you're hungry. I know I am. We are all done. Finally. So I've got my bowl of chili. Look at that delicious bowl of goodness there. I've got me a nice cold brewski. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat this and enjoy that beer. As I said before, you can put toppings on it. I suggest cheddar cheese. Some people put sour cream. Cilantro is good on top as well, you know, additional hot sauce. But mine, I just like it the way it is. Straight up chili. So thank you very much, everyone, for this, attending this debut episode of of Banging Meals video. Let's see how this goes, and as I said, our next recipe will be online, hopefully, or our next show will be online, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. I think I'm going to do a bi-weekly show. Again, if you like it, comment. That would be great. If there's something you think I missed or you don't like, comment as well. But thank you again. Peace out, everyone.